everybody. I hope everyone's having a fantastic holiday season. I am here to do a stretching segment with you today. So let's take the next couple of minutes and just stretch and liven up our body and muscles again, since we probably haven't since we took time off during the break from the studio. So right, let's go. All right, so what we're going to focus on during this stretch today, we're actually going to work on stretching out your hamstrings and your glutes and your hip flexors. So hip flexors, front of your hips here, your glutes, your butt, and then your hamstrings, which is the back of your legs. All right, so we'll just start with warming up your hips a little bit. And the other way. All right, so we're going to first start off with hip flexors, because I know I tend to have really tight hip flexors. So I'm going to turn over to the side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a deep lunge. So I want you to try to go down as deep as possible. Put your hand on the floor, all right? And what you want to focus on is making sure your knee and your ankle are in line. And we'll try to keep my hips square so they're not twisted open like this. So try to keep your hips square, take a deep breath in. Exhale. And just let your hip drop down to the floor. So I'm really focusing on this front hip here, just letting it relax into the floor. All right, so knee and ankle make a straight line. And now from here, I'm going to put my same arm, same leg against each other, pressing my knee against my shoulder. I'm going to open up my chest and deep breath. And we'll do the other side now. So for me, I'm putting my left hand on the floor, opening up my right arm to face the back of the studio. Deep breaths. And coming down. Good. Now I'm going to gently lower my knee down to the floor, relaxing my toe. My knee and ankle are still making a straight line. And bringing my hands up and just really feeling, letting my hips open up in towards the ground. Now I'm going to move into a hamstring check. So I'll put my hands onto the floor. I'm going to go back and have my left leg making an L. So I think of my bones nice and straight and making an L here. Keeping my hips nice and square so they're not twisted open. And I'm just going to relax over top of my front leg. Now if you're really flexible, what you can do is you can actually flex the foot to increase the stretch. Deep breaths. Good. Now I'm going to put my feet flat on the floor, bringing it up, having my toes parallel to each other. All right, and I'm going to again just increase the stretch by bringing my body down. Thinking about keeping my spine nice and long. Good, I'm going to move to the center, walking with my hands. And then doing it on the other side. So, bringing my leg back, knee and ankle straight line through here, so you don't want to push over too forward or be too far back. You want your bones to be stacking properly. Dropping my right hip into the floor, feeling my heel push out on my back right heel. Push it out, and deep breaths. Taking my left hand, putting it against my left foot so that my left shoulder is against my left knee, pressing and opening up through my chest. And switching your hands, opening up. And down. Now I'm going to gently lower my knee down to the ground. Knee and ankle still make a straight line right through here. All right, and I'm thinking my hips are nice and square so they're not opening up. Squaring the hips. And again, dropping the energy down. Think of like a big slide swoosh through your back right leg. It should feel gentle pull to the front of your hips. Tiny curl, always keeping your belly pulling in towards your spine so you're not sagging, all right? I feel that my spine is always nice and long, 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 long. Placing my hands gently on the floor, I'm going to pull back so that my hip and my knee are making a straight line here. I'm thinking about my bones, making a straight line to make an L here, so I'm not way back here. Nice and straight. And just folding over top of my left leg, your front leg. And deep breaths. And again, if you're really flexible, you stretch that front foot up, toes up towards the ceiling. This is my tight side, which actually means I should probably stretch it more. And now, bringing my foot to standing, climbing up. All right, feet are parallel, so they're not twisted open like this, nice and parallel. And again, keeping your hips nice and square so you're not open like this or overly twisted. Folding at the hips and just bending forward. Trying to keep your knees nice and straight. Now, if you're really tight, you can actually use yoga blocks here to help you with your balance, okay? Or like phone books or something. And if you're really flexible, again, you can bring the toe up this side. I kind of need to keep my leg down, so I'm just going to enjoy this beautiful stretch right now. Deep breaths. And I just keep telling myself, this feels good. Stretching is good. Bringing it back to center. And we're going to soften your knees and roll up through your spine. So you're stacking your spine one on top of each other and bring your feet together. Good, so that stretches your, I was gonna say hamstrings, but this is actually hip flexors. Your hip flexors and your hamstring. All right, now to stretch your glutes, which is your butt. Okay, so I'm gonna turn this way, okay? So what you wanna do is we're gonna do the figure 4 stretch. So we're gonna lie down on the floor, okay? And you take your right foot to the ankle so that your ankle is to the top of your thigh or your knee, and you want to lift up, all right? Keeping the small of your back on the floor, you take your right hand, reach through the triangle, so it goes right hand through the hole, and hug your leg. And you have a deep breath. So you really actively want to use your arms to pull and not use the other leg, simply because I'm trying to release the muscle right now and not work on strengthening. So I want to keep my legs as relaxed as possible. So deep breath. Now, take your hand out. I'm going to take your right hand on the outside of your right knee, cross it all the way over. And what I like to do is I like to take my opposite hand. So my left hand, reach underneath my leg here. So I'm reaching up and over top, and I'm just pulling my my right knee over towards my left shoulder. So you can do it this way, which is my favorite way to do it. I feel like I get the most beneficial stretch that way. Or another thing you could do is, after you have your knee all the way across, you take your hands, open it up, reach underneath both legs, okay? And you're pulling both knees to your chest. All right, but don't let your butt come off the floor or it really kind of negates the stretch. You want to try to keep your spine on the floor. And we're going to let that go, shake it out, and repeat it on the other side because we have 2 sides, so we got to do both sides, right? So, left leg up to your right knee, lift it up. Now left hand through the triangle. So my left foot is against my right knee, like just at the top right here, all right? And left hand through the triangle, grab your right leg and use your arms to pull it towards your chest. And deep breath. Feels so nice. And now take your left hand, take take it to your left knee, cross it all the way over. You can either wrap around both sides like this. So give your legs a big hug, keeping your spine on the floor. All right, you can do it this way, or my favorite way is to take your right hand, go up and over your knee, and grab from behind your left knee and pull it towards your right chest. Sorry, your right shoulder. And shake it out. Let that go. All right, and you're gonna roll over, press onto your knees, and come on up. And so, yeah, that's a couple of easy stretches on how to stretch your hip flexors, your glutes, and your hamstrings. So I hope you enjoy stretching with me. I'll see you next time. Bye.